game is fucking sick. Hi, I'm Skeletoons, and this is my second channel, where, just like my main channel, I barely upload. I'm currently working on a Jet Set Radio future video that, if I really want to emphasize how long, 2 hours. And I'm not done. I also mentioned a lot of games that took a lot of elements from Jet Set Radio, like Hover, Sunset Overdrive, and a big portion of this amazing game, Bomber Cyberpunk. I was very much telling people to get ready for this game. I was praising and loving this game on launch day because I was closely watching the game in development for years and mentioned it in like every video I've made. It was all fun and games until I saw this really bad review of the game from Game Informer. It said stuff like it was a hollow shell of JSRF and a lack of identity, and it really made me mad. Very casual Twitter user here. It made me wonder if they even played the game or not, because to say that it didn't even have an identity or anything is just absurd. They have never even mentioned the trick system being addicting and making like long combo chains like Tony Hawk, the trick multiplier making it enjoyable, the graffiti system is different yet satisfying when done quickly and freely, and the soundtrack is completely different. You can tell that the reviewer hasn't played or cared about it if they even mention Hideki's track and nothing else. I swear that should be like a drinking game. I get Hideki is the man, but to say that his music is the only music that people care and like about it is so crazy bullshit. He only has like 3 tracks and they barely play it, and that's not a bad thing. I don't expect it to be like the same tracks as before because I'm not playing Jet Set Radio. I rather have other people's work on the soundtrack, just like, I don't know, like every other skating game. It has a boost mechanic, a foam mechanic, characters that are fun and beautifully designed. But a lot of the reviews of newer games only have spent like a few days after a launch, and to say that most of the reviews stand on their own is just laughable. And tell me, why is it a bad thing either? If it's so similar to Jet Set Radio and you can get like the same experience from playing both games, which I have no idea how, why is it a bad thing? I mean, it's more of a good thing, right? I mean, you did say that you really enjoyed it. Why do you not want to play more of it? I mean, with every other like game review, they can make like reviews being like, yeah, it's just like Breath of the Wild, it's like Dark Souls, and not get bothered by when it gets said. But when it comes to this game, nah, it's bad, it's bad. It's bad! I mean, Celeste was always been called like a Super Nintendo throwback with Shovel Knight 2. Does this make me want to go back to the Super Nintendo? Not really. I kind of just want to bury my face in Hat in Time, even though that has been called like a Wind Waker lookalike for years, even though it doesn't even play like it.
I wanted to make the stamina bar in Mr. Sleepy Man more original. The circle design was simple and effective, but it looked very familiar. And that's fine. Stealing ideas from Zelda has become a staple of the video game industry. You know how many games used hearts as health before the original Legend of Zelda? Exactly. You can't beat good design, even for something as minuscule as a health or stamina bar.
With that logic, should we just not even play platforming games because it mostly just copies Mario? It feels like the Kimbo vs. Simba shit like from like years ago. It's clear that it's inspired by it, and it wants to give more eyes to people who have probably never even played these games at all. Also, side note, have you ever noticed that when people do that, they compare it to good games? I don't see people comparing other ones with shitty games like Superman 64. Because if you did, no one would buy it, would they? They never mention like the story being different or fucking anything. The game isn't perfect. When the game came out, people were literally modding in the multiplayer because it lacked one. The map system is fine in the pause menu, but in the phone it's too small to see what you're missing. Fuck, it only shows like the graffiti that you've missed if collecting these like SIM card thingies, which are fucking cute. It doesn't show like the graffiti to collect, the songs, the outfits, the skins. It doesn't even show like the portion porta potties or like the dance mats to like change the skins or like change characters. It doesn't even show like the taxi thing at all. For a late game when collecting like characters, you have to do this holy fuck long ass high score, and it doesn't have like a reset like mission thingy, which if you want to do this dumb comparison shit, very lacking because Tony Hawk had this shit like down to a T. Combat is very poor, but to be honest, I'd rather have this than whatever the fuck that I had in Jet Set Radio. It's just sad that reviewers like these barely even review the games that they play, and even when the game gets updates to make it fun, or like how literally like a few days later the devs decided to put like another game inside a game in the phone. And hey, who knows, these problems could have been easily be countered by other points or be updated in the game later on. So literally a lot of this could just be dated in any minute now, which if you think about it, why should I give a single shit about this review? Who cares if a couple of reviewers say that it sucks balls? Like Donkey says.
But what separates this guy from this guy? Well, this guy gets paid to say stupid shit.
Don't let these reviewers prevent you from playing this game. If 1 out of 1,000 people say that it's bad, I think it sounds great. We all have to remember that all different opinions isn't going to kill anyone, even if some people think that it will. Stupid idiot. The funniest thing is that while I've seen this review saying it's too much like Jet Set, I found multiple videos talking about how they wish that there were more elements that were closer to Jet Set Radio. You think I was gonna only talk about this article? Fuck no! We're going after the positive ones too, because I feel like a demon! The craziest one was since the game only had like the phone, they wished that they had like the radio stations back.
And the introduction of modern technology like a smartphone means there is no radio station that everyone on the streets is listening to. Listening to the songs you have collected on shuffle is less deliberate than the idea that everyone on the streets was listening to Jet Set Radio and listening to DJ Professor K spilling the beans about what was happening behind closed doors and creating a record of what was happening on the streets. The radio station unified the gangs against the powers running the city and warned them of the authorities closing in. So while everyone was competing for turf, they were still listening to the same thing. It was a key to their survival, and the driving music that powered the skaters kept them moving fast. In that sense, Bomb Rush slightly misses the mark.
Which is unnecessary.
It was incredibly refreshing, though, to have staircases wide enough that I didn't get stuck grinding between the sides when I just wanted to get on the floor and walk. It's a give and take.
Yeah, because when I play a skating game, I wanna, walk up and down the stairs. God, that's like so goofy.
Final member of the OG crew is called Belle. And, oh my. Look at the set of polygons on her. Alright, I'ma say it. The Bomb Rush community is going to stan her, and rightfully so. She's got a very innocent, almost childlike wonder to her personality.
Ew! Why? Belle has like a massive rack, but come on. She has a childhood-like innocence? At that point, just say that she's like nice or leave the boob part only. It just sounds gross. And this fucking dude talks about like the article, yet hasn't even played the game at all.
I genuinely believe gaming journalists do not want to have fun when it comes to video games, and in Game Informer's case, which is very rare by the way, because Game Informer is amazing, like they do what they can in terms of, informing games. Whoever decided to write the article for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk clearly didn't understand the assignment. So yes, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk released. A great game by all means for those that grew up with Jet Set Radio Future, and it does showcase a lot of the gameplay qualities of that game. Truly outstanding by no means. Like, it is awesome. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for many, including myself, even if I haven't really touched the game yet.
You're literally no better than the person who made the article, except they could literally just say, yeah, I played it. You know how I know about the changes and improves the game from this to Jet Set? Probably because I fucking played the game. I have played this game like 5 times since like it got released, and it's only been like 2 weeks. Again, the game isn't perfect, but I don't expect it to. I can list off like some flaws, but at the end of the day, I'm still playing it. I don't give a fuck. This shit is just fun. Again, I mentioned all of this in the Jet Set Radio video, and even though that has flaws, it doesn't really affect the quality of the game or my view of the game. I love the trick system in the game. I love Red, I love Bell, I love how crazy the rival gangs are. I love the environments and how big the areas are, just like how big Bell's rack is. These dream sequences are fucking awesome, and I love when Red falls off the stage, he screams like... I love this game. If I wanted, I could go for like another like 2 or 3 hours about it, but I can always just do it in like another day. And fuck, I still want to do like a modding video anyways, because it just sounds fun to do. Anyways, like comment down below if you really want it or not, or just bug me on Twitter. I don't fucking know. All of this was supposed to be in like a Jet Set Radio video, but I feel like it's best to like separate it, since I know that in this we'll just date the video heavily, since the game is gonna be like updated, and the Game Informer article is probably just going to be forgotten in like the next like 2 or 1 week or so. If you follow my Twitter, you've probably seen like a very old draft of this script deleted and reposted because I just said fuck it. I notice a lot of channels that when they get popular, they manage to make it super corporate or lose the fun out of making videos, which is just super sad. I also talk about this on Twitter too. By the way, I have like this friend that's like being really annoying because every time I go on VC, she always just talks about her analytics, and I just want to hang out. I'm just doing is playing Minecraft, and you're talking about how you have like a 20 billion fucking views on your channel. Like, come on, shut up. Shut up! I just want to play Minecraft! Anyways, I'm not even gonna bother like with this video, so bye. Remember to sub to the main channel and like that Smosh video. Before this video came out, you know, that Smosh video is super important. You gotta watch it. Well, bye.